Hi there, this is Mark. If you go to matchingstars.startupbootcamp.org, you fill in your email, you get this screen to check your mail for a OTP code. Once you receive the OTP code and fill it into the screen, you can actually log in to Matching Stars. This will bring you to the main screen of the selection days. Now here you can see the profiles of the startups that will be pitching, and they appear in the order of appearance. So the first one that will be pitching is ErgoRisk, the second one is going to be Remoda. If you want to learn a bit more about this startup than just a summary that's listed here on this card, you can press their name and you go into their full profile. This is where you can see more information that they left for you to actually be prepared for their pitch. Also a short video, 20 seconds, maximum about a minute, of them explaining their solution and their the problem that they're addressing. And in here you can see you can rate the startup. This button also is on the main screen. So if I'm here, you can see that I can also rate or leave feedback on the startup here. This is important to us because anything that you as a mentor, investor, or viewer of the live stream actually leaves with us, we will take it into the selection model that we use in order to select all the startups. So here you can tell us, what do you think is the customer value of this proposition? What do you think about the startup's business model? And once you've left your comments, please press submit, and we will take that into account when we are evaluating the startups. Now, this is a list of 20 startups. If you have a couple of favorites, you can actually save them. And if you want to see only the saved ones, you can use show save startups, press this button, and it will be a filter especially for you. That's it. Thank you very much.
And we are back. Welcome back. This is the second half of today of Selection Days for Water and Infrastructure. We had energy in the first day, then we had production, and now we have water. Water and infrastructure, that is the name of the day. We saw 10 startups in the morning, and now we're about to meet 10 other amazing cutting edge startups. It's my pleasure to be here with you for the second half of this beautiful day. It is not a beautiful day outside, I must admit. It's a little bit gray and cloudy, but the day is made better because I'm here with my co-host, the super talented Sabina Basarieva, head of global head of startup growth here at Startup Bootcamp.
Well,
Sabina, excited?
Very excited, very happy to be here with you. Of course, this will be our concluding section already. And then already tomorrow, we will find out of 60 teams that we have seen, only 30 will be chosen. Yeah. We will announce that tomorrow on Thursday at 5 Central European time. You can find us with the same link, startupbootcamp.org. But of course, before the concluding 10 of water and infra, really cannot wait to see how it goes.
Indeed. Now, you are an integral part of the day. You're an integral part of the day, you ask? Yes, you are. Thank you for the question. Because we are relying on your votes. We are consulting with you on who do you think should be the top 10 selected teams of each and every day. And how can you collaborate? How can you give your input?
So, first of all, how the day goes. We have 3-minute pitch for every startup, and then we have 5 to 7 minutes of Q&A. So this will be your time, of course, to ask the questions in the form next to the player, and we will make sure to ask them all. But again, if you have questions, ask them in the first half, right after the pitch, during the pitch, and then we can make sure that we ask them during this small 5-7 minute time frame. After that, when you already have your full opinion about the startup, it's your time to go to Matching Stars. By now, you should have received the instructions on how to get on it. If you're not on Matching Stars yet, just drop your email and full name in the box and our team will help you. Without an email, it's quite tough for us to do so, so please include your email and full name. Now, once on Matching Stars, you can vote for the startup that you think belongs in the accelerator, and I will let our CTO and Program Director, Mark, to guide you through it.
Hi there, this is Mark. If you go to matchingstars.startupbootcamp.org, you fill in your email, you get this screen to check your mail for an OTP code. Once you receive the OTP code and fill it into the screen, you can actually log in to Matching Stars. This will bring you to the main screen of the selection days. Now here you can see the profiles of the startups that will be pitching, and they appear in the order of appearance. So the first one that will be pitching is Ergorisk, the second one is going to be Remoda. If you want to learn a bit more about this startup than just a summary that's listed here on this card, you can press their name and you go into their full profile. This is where you can see more information that they left for you to actually be prepared for their pitch. Also a short video, 20 seconds, maximum about a minute, of them explaining their solution and their the problem that they're addressing. And in here you can see you can rate the startup. This button also is on the main screen. So if I'm here, you can see that I can also rate or leave feedback on the startup here. This is important to us because anything that you as a mentor, investor, or viewer of the live stream actually leaves with us, we will take it into the selection model that we use in order to select all the startups. So here you can tell us, what do you think is the customer value of this proposition? What do you think about the startup's business model? And once you've left your comments, please press submit, and we will take that into account when we are evaluating the startups. Now, this is a list of 20 startups. If you have a couple of favorites, you can actually save them. And if you want to see only the saved ones, you can use show save startups, press this button, and it will be a filter especially for you. That's it. Thank you very much.
Amazing. That is our CTO and Program Director, Mark, with of course, a pre-recorded message, but still a very relevant one. Now we are going to our first startup, and we're taking a long trip with a plane directly to Mexico for, I want to say it right, I think it's Thrassos 3D, but the startup will, of course, correct me really well. Hello, Vasily, how are you doing?
Hello, doing just fine.
How do we pronounce the name correctly?
Yes, You did.
Amazing.
Perfect. So good luck. I see your slides are already up there. You have 3 minutes.
Amazing. The stage is yours. Go for it.
Yeah. My name is Vasily Korshakov. I'm co-founder and CEO of Trusses 3D. We accelerate reef regeneration by building reefs with nature-positive materials. Reefs are the foundation of marine biodiversity. They generate $12.7 trillion per year in benefits for 1 billion of people, providing jobs, food, security, and recreation. But 50% of world's coral reefs are dead, and it's been even worse for Caribbean. The Caribbean has lost almost 80% of its reefs due to heavy overdevelopment of coasts and water pollution, endangering its famous tourism economy and reducing the coastal resilience of the region. Yes, coastal resilience and coral reefs are deeply connected, as reefs dissipate almost 97% of wave energy. And as the reefs go, the coastlines go, and climbing costs of repair and declining tourism revenue create the urgent demand for scalable, sustainable environmental solutions, and we have developed one. Our approach combines a carbon-negative 3D printable ceramic material, a proprietary formulation produced by the patent-pending manufacturing method, which requires 90% less energy versus traditional, conventional electric or gas-fired kilns. Use of 3D printing allows making unique structures with a shape and size that serves different conditions and applications. The first product based on our technology, a modular reef building system called the Demosphera, demonstrates the key benefits of our approach. Its biometric design creates habitat for marine species and dissipates wave energy since the day one of the installation. Corals planted onto its surface had up to 85% increase of survivability during bleaching events. And we achieve remarkable carbon negativity by using waste biomass as a raw material. With this, we outperform other existing artificial reef options by combining modularity, carbon negativity, and the best possible substrate for coral recruitment and growth. With this solution, we address multiple markets with total addressable market size about $85 billion, ecotourism, coastal protection, aquaculture, and carbon credits. We diversify our revenue streams by approaching B2B and B2G clients, selling reefs to those who depend on healthy reefs, and expanding through licensing. We went from prototype to market in just 12 months. We generated $5,000 in revenue from bait pilot this year, and we have an LOI already for next year to keep us occupied with production. The team that is behind this solution is a well-run team of experts, well-played team that's capable of making what we are committed to. And we are looking to start a bootcamp to get partnership connections, get possibilities to expand our markets in Europe and Caribbean, and of course, access to growth capital. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I mean, that was a very clear pitch, right on time, good slides, lots of photos. I mean, you gave us a lot of material. And as well, of course, our mentors are already dropping the questions. So here we go. First question. Why is your carbon negative modular approach the only viable solution to coastal protection and coastal restoration at scale?
That's a good question. Thank you. So I would say that our solution, our approach is a viable one because we combine best of all worlds. We have a great material which is durable, carbon storing, and is absolutely biocompatible with corals, useful algae. It is non-toxic and perfectly compatible with all kind of marine life. And we also produce modular system, which means that it can be assembled anywhere, anytime, by small groups of people, enabling the local communities to participate in reef rebuilding without the need of any heavy machinery. And that's why.
Good answer. Next question. What is your biggest challenge right now?
The biggest challenge right now is scaling, because we see that we can do much better at scale, and but to get there, we need to improve the process. We need to scale the hardware part of the solution, and we will need more people on board and more resources to do that. But we'll get there eventually.
Amazing, great answer. So also a question, do you anticipate technical and logistical challenges in deploying your modular reefs, and how are you planning to overcome them? Let's say also in the regions with extreme weather, all of the different markets.
Yes, that's a good question, and we have thought a lot about it, about the regions with extreme weather. So we're starting with the region with moderate weather, moderate waves, so that we can sharpen our skills in designing and assembly structures. For heavy waves and for extreme weather specifically, we plan to integrate frames to make structures more rigid, more durable against extreme hurricanes and big waves.
Now, we know that coral reefs need saving, right? We wanted to ask you about an impactful story that you can tell us about your solution that could make the audience understand the impact you guys can create. Experience with your startup, what change have you been able to create, or what do you think is important that people understand about the problem that you're solving?
That's a great question, because usually the problems of coral reefs, they stay underwater and are invisible to most people, even those who enjoy coming to the adjacent areas, to the reefs, to lay on the beach and just enjoy their vacation. I would say that building awareness about the problem is important, and many tourism, hospitality businesses already feel the consequences of reef decline, and we just need to explain it further that they not only can suffer, but they can actually invest into rebuilding and protect their businesses for long term, and basically secure their future revenues.
Easy. You want to ask the next one?
Well, I think it will also be time for our signature question, of course,
Already.
the most important one. Why start a bootcamp, and what do you plan to achieve if you are selected for the program?
I believe that with Startup Bootcamp, we can achieve a lot. Among many opportunities provided by the program and by the mentors, I see that we can get a lot from entering the European market, and in fact, by establishing partnerships with European companies, like for example, Spanish resort chains, Iberostar or VU, we can get back to Caribbean and expand even more here through the global presence. And also we see Europe as a lucrative market for our solution, because basically reefs are the global problem, and our solution can be implemented in many geographies across the globe. Europe is a very, very large market for us as well. And I can see that there are already a few other companies doing similar job in the same field, and this only reinforced my beliefs that we should also come and try in Europe.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for your clear pitch. And well, good luck to you in the selection room.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now it's time for us to say Buenas tardes, because we are going directly to Spain. I think everyone's favorite country when it comes to good food, good fun, but also now good startups. Let's go and talk to Solar 2 Water. Welcome on stage, Ali.
Hello, hello.
We can't hear you just yet. Yes, sir. 1 second. In the
Good
meantime,
afternoon, Startup Bootcamp.
good afternoon. How are you feeling?
Very well.
Great. Now we have your presentation on screen, and you have 3 minutes counting now. Good luck.
Thank you so much. So we're solar water scarcity for agriculture with solar innovation. I sold my company, my IT company, 7 years ago. And believe it or not, we moved into the country house where we have 7,000 square meters of land. It takes 6,000 liters per day to water the plants and the trees that we have here. I've lived in Spain, in southern Spain, pretty much most of my life. In 2013, the area that you can see is the water reservoir not so far away from my house. And this is the same area 10 years later. The water reservoirs have dropped absolutely to bare minimum. This water reservoir is at 14% capacity. We have had no rain for nearly 3 to 4 years. The situation is absolutely diabolical, and it has affected agricultural land all around the area. The olive plantation, almond plantation, aloe veras, everything that is growing. But it's not just us in southern Spain that is suffering. 2021, there was a CBS News saying that Californian rice growers are also suffering from lack of water supplies as surface water drops and drops. In fact, United Nations says that 70% of water is consumed by agriculture. 70% of fresh water is used by agriculture. The problem is we dig down all the time in getting fresh water. Our solution is to dig up into the air. We want to create agricultural water using atmospheric water generation, where our system is based on thermoelectric cooling techniques, and we're going to use solar powered, mostly in order to be able to plant it anywhere out in the field, using absolutely minimal maintenance, because most of the systems that exist at the moment are overloaded with a lot of functionalities for creating pure or potable drinking water. And we want to reduce all of that to create just optimized for agricultural grade water, to bring the cost down to as low as 0.01 euros per liter. The use and need for atmospheric water generation is growing by 17% per year. And our target region is mostly Southern Europe and the Middle East and North America. There's a lot of competition in the field. Most of them concentrate on residential and commercial. Our pure objective is to go for agricultural grade water and bring that cost down, which is standing around 7 cents at the moment, 7 to 15 cents, bringing it down to 1 cent per liter. At the moment, our path to commercialization is raise around 25,000 euros to build our 20 MVP and bring it down to 1 cent per liter. In my team, I also have Hamza. Hamza was actually born in Iran, same country as I do. He was born in the hottest spot on earth. And he has a PhD in physics from Germany. And in our team, we also have Samira, who is also Iranian, believe it or not. And she lives here in Malaga with us. And she has a Master of Science in Energy and Mechanics. Together, we actually have the right team. I will be operation. Hamza and Samira will be dealing with all the technical world of this operation. And we believe we can make this work because we have seen the drought. I live in an area where this water is needed for agriculture, and we believe together we can make it. Over to you, and I think I've finished in time. I don't hear you.
Oh, let's just check in if you can hear me now.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for your pitch. Let's start with the questions. And the first one is, can you tell us a bit more about the water production efficiency of your solution relative to others on the market?
Okay. We, at the moment, are at the MVP stage. We've tested a number of dehydration systems, dehumidifier systems. Dehumidification systems stand at around 30% efficiency because they don't take out all the humidity in the air. The first thing that our interest is in doing is simply by the program manipulation, the electronic program manipulation or software program manipulation, take that up to the maximum 90 or 100% of the capacity that it can do. Because one thing is removing humidity from the air only to improve breathing facility or making it better inside the house. And the other is to use the same system to absolutely take whatever dehydration, whatever water there is in the air to take out. The second thing is, as a lot of the systems are based on potable water, they require bacterial filtration, they require addition of minerals. We want to take all of that out because plants don't care about bacteria, and all we care about is giving enough water to plants. And drip feeding does not require huge amount of water. What it is known as drip feeding. So even if we drop 1 drop of water at the tree per minute, we're doing pretty well.
Next question. Are farmers ready to invest in your technology? And what incentives are you offering to overcome their potential hesitation?
Okay, so at the moment we know that these water generation systems, the one we have looked at is source water. One unit costs around 2,000 euros. At 2,000 euros, it's not affordable, but it's potable water. We're pretty sure that we can bring this down to a couple of €100 once we have removed all the filtration systems and once we have removed all the mechanical parts and bringing it down to a system that doesn't need electrical point, operates on solar, so it can be planted at any part in the field, connected to drip feeding. We should be able to produce enough water during the evening, which is the highest humidity, to feed the plants. And it doesn't matter whether you feed plants during the day or during night.
Amazing. Very clear. So the next question is, can your technology work in a fully automated way, or is there a need for ongoing human intervention?
Okay, so one of the primary issues that I tested, the MVP system that we had, was that it gets clogged because we're talking a small amount of water, and the filter that we don't have, but the tubes that we have, it grows algae and that gets clogged. So that is the only intervention that we need to work out. We need to think about how to resolve this issue, and that is, may I say, where I actually want to pick the brain of the rest of the people in SPC and the people that are joining from around the world in this program.
Amazing. Next one, can your solution be easily integrated into large agricultural operations, or does it work best with small to medium scale farms?
Okay, we're pretty sure we can put it into larger scale agriculture, and I give you numbers now. So in 1 square kilometers of air, we can get around 10,000 liters to 30,000 liters of water. That's 100% saturation. At 100% saturation, that amount of water will be beyond the need of a farm of around 30 hectares or 3 hectares, sorry. 3 hectares, 30,000 square meters. So my land, which is 10,000, just under 10,000 square meters, I'm using 6,000 liters. And with a system of around 2,000 to 3,000 euros, we should be able to generate enough water that with a one-off investment, you should be able to water this system. Currently, for me to dig down, my license will cost me €1,000 annual, plus 6,000 euros digging down, plus electricity, plus town hall taxes, which is going to cost a lot more. And with our system, we'll be hopefully able to reach a third of this cost in about 3 years.
I have to move quickly for a very short question, final question, golden question. Why do you want to join Starter Bootcamp Accelerator Program?
Pretty much as I said that and I answered that, I want to be able to collaborate with the rest of the startups, because this is where we'll be able to solve many of the issues that we're facing. And equally, this collaboration might bring other team members to collaborate with each other in ways that we cannot envisage.
It was
The
good.
collaboration for me is key.
Indeed. It was good to see you again. It's been a long time. Happy to have seen you here today. Can't wait to meet you again tomorrow, where we're going to announce the top startups. I wish you the best of luck in the in the selection room. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And now it's time for the next pitch of the day, number 14, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Exactly. So we are moving really from a continent to a continent. We are right now going to Uganda to meet the team of Aquatech. I will read the first part of the name. I think that's the key one. So let's welcome them on stage. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, Joshua. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very elated. How are you?
Now as well. Love the
Oh,
energy
great.
right here off the bat. We
Oh,
have
great.
your screen. We just need you to swipe to the presentation.
All right.
Yeah. Perfect.
You have 3 minutes and your time starts now. Good luck.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ichio Joshua, and I am the CTO and co-founder of Aquatech Integrated, a startup company where we are leveraging technology for water monitoring and management in Africa. All through my life, I have lived in sub-Saharan Africa, particularly in Nigeria, where there is a popular quote that says, water is life. And this quote is true, but unfortunately, the same very water nearly killed me. A few years ago, when my family and I drank contaminated water from an unmonitored source in our community. My case, however, is not an isolated one. This is the reality for over 2 billion people globally who face water access challenges. The worst hit region right now is sub-Saharan Africa, where I come from. Here, climate change and lack of sustainable water infrastructure is affecting over 400 million people. And this is why we founded Aquatech, where we are building technology for water monitoring and management. At Aquatech, we have developed an Internet of Things-based water sensor technology and a mobile app that tracks water flow and water quality in real time, identifying water leakages, contamination, and infrastructural inefficiencies. Our technology architecture is very simple. Our system's IoT sensors capture real-time water data, transmitting through our IoT gateways to cloud servers. This data is analyzed, visualized on our dashboards that are accessible to water utilities for actionable insight. Communities also engage via our mobile app, creating a feedback loop for optimized water management from ground up. At Aquatech, we sell our technology to government agencies, non-governmental organizations, and community organizations who are our customers. We sell it to them for a nominal fee of $250 per unit, including a $10 monthly app subscription. The market for water solutions is immense because the problem is big. Our total addressable market is over $1 billion, which is for over 1 billion people, with a $300 million immediate opportunity right now in sub-Saharan Africa. 2 years ago, we went to the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, where we designed and built our technology under expert supervision. Over the past year, we have deployed over 50 units of this system and onboarded over 2,000 users on our app through a pilot program in Uganda and Kenya, and we have achieved outstanding results. Through our pilot alone, we have improved access to water for over 100 communities, directly supporting Sustainable Development Goal 6 and reducing water scarcity. Today, I'm here to seek for your investment, your support, and your expertise. I believe that Startup Bootcamp is the best place for me and my team to be able to achieve our goal of scaling our technology. Our team is led by a water and food expert, Jennifer Alum, with myself, a hydrologist and a water expert, among other expert advisory team from the European Organization for Nuclear Research. We are ready to secure a water-filled future. I want to let you know that an investment in Aquatech is an investment for a water secured future where every drop of water counts. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for your pitch. Of course, as in the first time that I saw your pitch, I love the story and how you started. I think that resonated a lot with our audience.
Yeah, because I don't know if everybody at home knows, but Sabina has basically calls with every single startup that we think could be a potential top 20. And then she just comes back and she's like, okay, guys, I have my list of those startups that you cannot miss. So you're seeing them all here today. So Sabina knows them already.
But it's also so exciting to see the growth already since the first moment we met them. So you have quite some traction, of course, but can you tell us about the feedback you have received and what people love the most?
You see, the feedback has been amazing. At Aquatech, we have integrated a technology aspect and a citizen size arm, which allows us to connect directly with communities. The communities love reporting the problem because in the past, technology was just deployed to these communities and they didn't have a way to access stakeholders or get across to technicians. We have completely bridged that gap. On our mobile application, the communities are able to report directly their water issue and needs in these communities, while we complement it with our technology that operates and collects data in real time.
Amazing. But how did you find how user-friendly it was for local authorities, local communities, because they may have limited technical experience?
Yes. So we have made the application seamless. And before deploying it to these communities, we go to these communities, we train. That is why we are also partnering with stakeholders, non-governmental organizations that are operating in these places like UNICEF, other, agencies that penetrate deep into the remote areas like the army. We partner with them. They are able to, send out word there. We hold training camps to make this the usage of our application and our technology very, very easy for these communities.
I think also the social impact is quite clear. But then, can you share any early revenue numbers or some of your contracts? How is it going with your business model's viability?
Yes, so our business model has been very viable, and in the last 1 year that we have piloted our project, it has been very amazing. Already we have been able to deploy about 50 units of this system within sub-Saharan Africa, particularly in Kenya and in Uganda. In fact, our results were so good, we are ensuring continuous flow of over 50,000 liters of water by ensuring, a continuous functionality of water infrastructure. As a result of this, we were last week we were awarded the African Earth Observation Award by the Kenyan Space Innovation Agency because of the excellent work we have done in our communities through this pilot. It has been very, very good. For the fee of $250, we are the most affordable integrated water monitoring technology yet on the African market right now.
Amazing. Can you tell us then more? What is another, let's say, key lesson that you learned after conducting all the pilot?
Yes. So after conducting this pilot, it was very, very shocking to us because we had understood the scale of the problem, but we didn't know it was that deep. Now going to these communities, we were seeing children that are being affected by the water scarcity and water contamination issue. We see that women spend a lot of time, going to walking miles and kilometers to get water because the water infrastructure is dysfunctional or the water in there is contaminated. So we got reinforced with numbers that have assured or that we're able to understand deeper into the problem. And then we were able to really get some insight on how to, better increase the resilience of our technology. Because for some of the communities, for example, we went into a certain community that did not have access to network. So we now, had to come back and, reintegrate some elements of long range, wireless network into our technology to allow it to operate in communities without, network access. So all of these are key learnings that we want to put in place to evolve. And then we want to scale, our technology and product.
Thank you so much for clear answers. I think it's now time for our final question.
The golden question. Why do you want to join the Startup Bootcamp Accelerator?
Yes. So my team and I have been very, very excited for the Startup Bootcamp Accelerator because we believe that this is the best place for us to be in order to be able to scale our technology. You see, we have looked at the numerous number of mentors, business expertise, and entrepreneurial prowess combined that is available in this place. And we want to be here because we want to learn from the mentors, we want to network, and we want to scale our business globally and scale our product. So we believe that with the mentorship, we are going to be able to do this and also access to the investment as well as meeting and learning from other entrepreneurs and our peers.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Very clear motivation. Again, loving the energy, loving the passion, and best of luck to you in the selection room.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
right, yet another interesting destination again. Today we are really going all over the world.
We are.
We are meeting the team of Kotakal Technologies, so let's welcome them on our virtual stage.
Hello, Jacob.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Do you hear us well as well?
Yes, I can. Shall I?
Fantastic. You just need
Can
to
I
share your screen.
Yes, I'll do that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. In the meantime, you can already open matching stars on Kotakal Technologies profile if you want to rate them during the pitch, and or leave your questions on the chat box next to the player. Jacob, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So I'm Jacob. I'm the co-founder and the CEO for the company. And today I'm going to introduce our platform, Greenpoint, which is a software platform for energy concentration hubs. So what is the problem that energy concentration hubs like ports or smart cities face? Uh, Basically, energy concentration hubs like ports are increasingly having a number of applications coming into the port or coming into a facility. For example, there might be a application around heavy trucks. There might be another application around forklift equipment. There may be another application for ferries. All these applications have different energy requirements, different service providers, different hardware providers, etc. From a port standpoint, managing, operating, and administering this service is quite difficult. So this is problem number one. Problem number two is around the data part itself, the energy data in that facility. Uh, as everyone is aware, today there is a lot of value in the data itself, and the data, if it is as it is today, which is in islands of data with each of the operator, it is not very useful for a port operator or a port manager. So what the application also does is that it allows the data to be consolidated, provide a single source of truth for the service provider. So these are two problems that are there. I'll come into the solution in the next slide. So the solution that Greenpoint provides is to these two problems. It provides a single interface for any of the for the port operator or a port manager to see all the applications that actually it connects the energy producers and the energy consumers, and it provides that single interface for managing the ecosystem, energy ecosystem. The second is around the data itself. So it provides that single source of truth for that for the energy ecosystem. The other thing is that most of these facilities are now moving into a green facility. So it allows the owners or managers of these facilities to plan using the current data to plan what is their future needs and how to manage it. Greenpoint is hardware agnostic, and we use open API, so there's no intervention into the current systems. It can be just plugged in and it will work as long as it works with open APIs. We have a team which is primarily tech heavy. Jisa is on the call. She's in the other room. She's a tech lead, and we have other software engineers. The important thing is that we have developed the application completely in-house, and we understand the application and we have good expertise with the platform. Some of the use cases could be energy hubs, like I briefly talked about, airports, ports, smart cities, or for logistics providers or cargo operators, for mobility fleets, because fleets also have different types of applications. They might have trucks, passenger cars, and other vehicles as well. So all these can be managed as well. And then there's warehouses, managing manufacturing facilities, factories, mines, etc. So there's a whole bunch of use cases around where we feel this would be used. So the clear USP is here is that, as I mentioned, data aggregation. Using data is a new gold, and we have the ability to use that data to leverage the platform. We are able to provide that insights, planning, and management and operation for these concentration hubs. And lastly, the data is encrypted, and data analytics is actually run on those encrypted data. So this is a very important point, because sometimes the service providers or the energy companies might not be.
Hi, Jacob. I'm
Sorry.
so sorry to interrupt, but you have to wrap it up in the next 15 seconds because we are already 1 minute over time.
Yeah, I'm done. Actually, this is the basic USP, and we have a pilot plant with the Hamad bin Khalifa University in Qatar. I leave it there. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Passionate founders are what moves a startup, right? So you are passionate, you know, you want to talk more about it. We totally understand it. Now we go. What keeps you energized and inspired to push forward?
Yeah, I think the platform itself gives a lot of value in terms of the carbon movement into green use cases, and I think that's an important thing because it's not only the carbon issues but also the pollution, which is also the other issue, which has an impact on the health and livelihood of people. So these are some things that we feel will directly impact the health of people, and this is a very important reason why we feel there's value in the platform.
Now, you talked about people. That's a good segue to our next question. How do you ensure data privacy and security, especially in multi-vendor environments like ports?
Yeah, so we have actually encrypted all the data on the platform, and this is one of the USPs that I briefly touched upon. So all the data in the platform, irrespective of data of the vendor, is encrypted. Even we do not have access to that data, and that is how we ensure even the analytics is running on the encrypted data. So there's no open data that anyone can access, and it's completely secure and safe. That's the technology advantage of the platform.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So something that our mentors, investors like to ask, in simple words, can you summarize the problem that you're solving with your solution?
Two problems. One is the aggregation of data in energy hubs are not there today. That we are solving. That is number one. The second is that we are bringing together interoperability between energy producers and energy consumers, irrespective of the application type, hardware type, service provider, or any other. As long as they are on the energy ecosystem, we provide interoperability.
Amazing. Can you tell us a bit more why ports and cities would want to use your solution compared to other similar on the market?
Yeah. Today, there is no consolidated single platform which brings together these different companies. Each company has their own platform and they work as an island. So from a port standpoint, for them, they have around 5 vendors and 5 applications out there. For them to approach these 5 applications, collect the data, consolidate it, manage it, there's a lot of work for them. They need to employ people. Data might get, there's so many issues around that. So what we are doing is that we are bringing that single point of source of data, of course, but also that single application interface for that port operator. He can just use our application and he can see his whole energy ecosystem.
Fantastic. Now it's time for a golden question. Why do you want to join the Water and Infrastructure Started with Kemp Accelerator Program?
So we are actually looking at partnerships with ports, and one of the ports or the ports who are innovating are the Amsterdam port, the Rotterdam port. So these are some of the entities that are on the forefront of innovation. And then there's smart cities. There are other applications which in the region are exciting because of the innovation piece. So that is, I think, the area that we would like to have discussions. And we know that once we have these discussions, people would at least be curious to know how these things happen. So I think that is the entry point. And of course, we see the value in the ecosystem as well. So these are the two main points.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck in the next room, the selection room. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. for the announcement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I love this little song that plays in the middle. Yeah, it always gives me a lot of energy because I know it's time to meet yet another fantastic team. And now we're taking a little train, the Deutsche Bahn, if you may, because we're going to Germany. And in Germany, we are going to meet Theta Space.
That's right.
Indeed. Hello, Marcel. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Great. Thank you to be here.
Thank you for joining us. And I see already your screen. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Yes. Fantastic. You got 3 minutes. Take it away.
Okay. Hi, I'm Marcel. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tetaspace, and we are creating a drone delivery network without packaging. Logistics, including last mile delivery, is a hard business, and it depends really on time and costs. Essential part is packaging, causing a huge amount of waste every year. Every third product gets returned, which makes it even more difficult. Drones can be a solution for faster delivery, but fragile robots and little airplanes, are these really a good fit on a larger scale? And even when we use these drones, how do they deliver? Drop it, land and release it? We need a solution for that. Our network, including a delivery drone, a receiving station, and a software interface, solve these problems. As you can see, our drone is a box. That's right. It's a transport box with a lid and with a drone inside the lid. It replaces the carton box and can deliver itself. So it's the very first combination of a packaging and a delivery system in one product. Our receiving station is an automated mailbox where our drone can land, and where receiving, storing, and also returning products is automated. Our GOS is basically a software interface for navigation and coordination. While other drones are designed for occasionally delivery, are bound to packaged items and make logistics process more difficult, our drone is designed to be easy and versatile use, make fulfillment and delivery smarter and more environmentally friendly by removing the whole packaging process. Where other stations are bound to big areas and packaged items, our station is adaptive in size and storage space and can also return unpackaged items. That brings me to the drone delivery market, which is rising significantly from 700 million today to 4.7 billion by 2030. Highest potential is mainly in the Asian Pacific and the US due to population and growing e-commerce users. We rent our drone B2B, who already ship their own products or want to be independent from third-party couriers. Our station for rental-free B2B and B2C. With enough scale, we can reduce CO2 emissions in the last mile, but we can also reduce packaging waste. Even if we reduce 1% of it, we can reduce CO2 emissions by 21,000 tons a year, and even the use of fresh water by 504 million liters due to its recycling and production, and that's only in Germany. Together with my co-founder Zoe, the technical brain behind it, we have the right combination of technology know-how and work experience in logistics. We are makers, builders, and we even share the same hobbies like playing guitar, so it's not rarely that we end up in a jamming session. So far, we incorporated our startup, did the first prototyping, and run a patent application in the US. We try to finish our MVPs next, extend our team, get a patent pending in the US, sign the LOI with our customer, and get hopefully a funding. For that, we calculated 23,000 for development, running the patenting process, and additional cost. And that's also the reason why to join Startup Bootcamp. We want to gain investment in our startup, connect with partners and investors, and also scale faster. So let's improve logistics together.
Thank you for a great pitch.
Yeah.
Very, very sharp. We
Thank
already
you.
have a few questions from our lovely audience of mentors, experts, and investors. First, how does Tetaspace's flying box technology significantly outpace traditional delivery methods in speed, cost, and efficiency? Basically, they did a pitch for you here, so you just got to reply on these topics.
Of course. To increase the speed is also always placing inside the fulfillment center, because we are starting to remove the whole packaging process, and this saves time and costs. In the last mile delivery, we are designed to place all the boxes maybe in a truck, and they can all take off at once and can deliver the whole region at one time. So the whole region where the trucks need to deliver all the packages is delivered in a half an hour. And that's, to common ways, way more faster.
Amazing. What makes your solution more than just another air delivery concept? Why will it become essential for logistic companies?
The essential thing is that we are focused on practicability and easy use. And that's the main point for logistics, because right now you see the carton box, they are cubic formed, our drone is cubic formed. We function like a normal transport box. We have a bottom, we have a lid, put the item into the box, put a lid on it and ship it. And that's the thing why it's so essential and why it's so unique for the industry.
Another question we have here, I think quite nice. What personal story or experience sparked the creation of Theta Space? So how does it keep inspiring you to pursue this mission?
That's a good question, because for me, the background is in logistics. I deal with pharmaceutical products and the logistics behind it in a bigger hospital. My co-founder, Zoe, has a technology background. He has a master in aerospace engineering, doing his PhD. He loves to build drones since he's 12 years old or whatever. So this is the combination, to have the customer focus on one side and the technology know-how on the other side.
Amazing. Next question. What are the biggest hurdles you anticipate when bringing this technology to the larger market?
Our biggest hurdle is that we need to have a balance point between the mass of the drone itself and its functionality. Because delivery drones can really grow up in weight, let's say, when they need to deliver heavier products. And of course, our product need to fit inside the fulfillment center. So that's the biggest hurdle, to have this balance point in the development for the perfect solution.
Amazing. So also quite an interesting question. There are two similar ones, but I will combine. How do you address resistance to people who have more traditional approaches to logistics? Also, how are they perceived as a must-have solution and not just a futuristic novelty?
Okay, so the basic thing is that we must keep, or the whole industry must keep sure that drones are another way to deliver products, but there are also fears behind it. I mean, there's some safety issues when they fly, and we need to take care of it. So the whole industry need to focus that drone delivery is a safe solution for it, and that we show them that there's no crash, risk at all. And so then the whole industry has a chance to be a part of the future.
For the final golden question, why do you want to join the Startup Bootcamp program?
We want to join a startup bootcamp because we, of course, need essential investment. Our startup is not the quite cheapest one. But that's the one thing. We want to connect with investors and other partners in the industry, and have this kind of mentorship for better scaling, for getting the right input, and reach out to global markets.
Fantastic. We wish you the best of luck in the next selection room. Thank you for pitching, for bringing such clear answers, such a clear pitch, for bringing your energy to us today. Good luck, and I see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, we have 4 more startups to go, so we're approaching the end fast. Now is your chance to have this energy, to ask the startups the questions, to go to Matching Stars, to rate them. We do see some questions about Matching Stars. Do not worry, the technical team will address them all. Now, in the meantime, we are staying in Germany, and we will hear from Norwind. Let's welcome them on stage.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Hope you too.
Amazing. Very excited to hear your pitch. Let's make sure we have your slides on in a second. Perfect. We have your slides on. You have 3 minutes to pitch and your time starts now. Good luck.
Great. Thank you very much. My name is Anush and I will walk you through our innovative wind energy solutions. So it's not a secret that we face energy crisis today, and there is a growing demand for sustainable, nearly zero-emission energy solutions. Our traditional wind turbines have limitations as they are mainly location dependent and assume high costs. On the other hand, we have untapped energy potential along highways and railroads. Last but not least, there is emerging demand for electric vehicle and hydrogen infrastructure. So our solution, Norwind, is addressing all of these challenges. We offer increased efficiency as we use all of the wind sources. We're cost effective as our production of our wind turbines can be in modular basis and offer can be produced in different sizes, from small for houses up to big for industry places. We're environmentally responsible and offer also advanced capabilities as we can expand to electric vehicle charging stations and green hydrogen. Our eco-friendly approach includes also reduced need for new land development. So our turbines can be installed anywhere without specific land allocation. And keeping sustainability in mind, we offer minimum emissions, no additional emissions of energy production, and also we produce energy directly where it is needed. Supporting city-level decarbonization goals. So we have multiple usability cases, as I mentioned, electric vehicle charging, also green hydrogen production, and of course, energy production in urban areas, such as for powering municipal buildings and lighting. As you can see, there's a huge market potential for all of this. And we have multiple markets: wind energy, hydrogen, and electric vehicle infrastructure. And this emerging market promises big numbers up in 2030. We have already some traction. We have a prototype developed, and our initial performance data are positive. And for our milestone 1, we intend to install a pilot test on a test track. For this, we want to produce a series-ready prototype, then develop a direct current feeding controller, install a model test track, set up an embedded web server, verify all the performance data we have up to now, and of course, determine the electricity production costs. For our second milestone, we intend to develop an application which will read online real data for all of the turbines, which will facilitate us to monitor each turbines and the wind production data. What we have now, what we need now, it's 1.5 million euros for the first 3 rounds of our milestone, and the most of the all funds will go to the production of series-ready turbines. Financial projections are also here for 5 years. In 2029, we expect somewhere around $45 million net profit. What makes us unique is that we have completely new design of turbines, which are already patented in Armenia and are in the process of patenting in Germany. And we the more options for flexible deployment of turbines, extending to electric vehicle and hydrogen markets. And also what makes us unique is our team, as the inventor of these turbines is also on board with multiple patent already on his tech, and CEO with more than 20 years experience in the strategic business development, and our CTO with more than 10 years expertise in IoT solutions. So if you have questions, you're always welcome to contact us via this data.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much for a clear pitch. We have a couple of questions already coming in. So can you tell us how Norwind ensures the reliability and durability of the turbines in high traffic or extreme weather conditions?
First of all, we're installing them on a distance, like at least 2.5 meters from the highway. And we have tested our prototype already on this distance, and it's very safe for the traffic and doesn't hinder anything on the roads. For extremely severe weathers, we have data already that it is safe because the materials were very peculiar in what materials we use. And although at the same time we have to test still.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And what would you say is your biggest challenge right now, and how do you plan to overcome it?
The biggest challenge is like we have already the handmade prototype, different prototypes, and we're validating different data based on each prototype. So the biggest challenge would be to get the investment, the funding for a first series production ready prototype, because the data should be very consistent with this prototype. And yeah, this is the biggest challenge because we have already validated our data, but still the final prototype is missing.
Very clear. Also, by the way, our mentors and investors are sending a lot of compliments, loving to see a fantastic female founder giving such a clear pitch. She clearly knows what she's talking about. So that's always nice to see. So we have time, I think, for one more question. And that is, can you walk us through your business model and how you plan to monetize the technology?
Yes, of course. So after the prototyping phase, when we have the final prototype, we will there are some different directions we would consider, but and for now we can sell those to the states, to the like from private to big industries. Because private houses can also have the small size of the prototype of the turbine, and the industries can have bigger turbines, and also the states on the roads. So we have different circles of potential customers.
Amazing. Thank you very much for your very clear to the point answers. And thank you so much for pitching. Again, hopefully we see you on Thursday at 5 p.m. to see how it goes. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And we are now moving, again, taking another trip to United Kingdom to meet the team of Open Cities. Let's welcome them on stage.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Juan. How are you doing?
Very good, very fine. We are from Paraguay, for correct.
I see. So then you are incorporated in UK, perhaps?
Yeah,
or
yes, in the US.
I see. So we have the longer trip and...
Viva Sudamérica. Viva Paraguay.
Hey.
There, may we see your presentation coming up on the screen? And yes, you got 3 minutes. Buena suerte.
Hi, everyone. My name is Juan de Dios, and this is Open Cities. 911 is not enough. Every time we make a report, it's not for the public knowledge. It's only for the public sector, and every year it's getting more and more inefficient. And last, there's no space to follow up every incident. That's why 911 is losing credibility, not only for the police forces, but for the firefighters and the ambulance. This is happening every day in our cities, more than 600 of incidents. On the other hand, the private sector is trying their best to resolve these issues, not only in a global scale, but here in Latin America too. We have real data that this is possible. Our solution is very simple and clear. We have to interconnect public and private sector to resolve all the city issues. We have to give to the citizens a platform where they can report and receive real-time alerts. But on the other hand, for this institution, we have to be more efficient, we have to reduce costs, and we have to make the coordination better in their internal structure. Our solution is very UX UI friendly. We have one principle. We have to be the most as universal as possible. But we have a subscription model too, when we can reach growth and sustainability. Our business model for citizens and our business model for institutions that we name collaborators. We have to be laser focused in our early stage. We have choose 3 cities, but we know the money is on the table if we keep growing in all Latam. Our team has vast experience not only in institutional, but in politics and corporate. And we have been many years in the startup sector, and we're here to stay. Our fundraising is 60K of USD. We know how to distribute these funds. Why we fight for a startup bootcamp? Because we want to be the first startup in your smart cities category in your portfolio. We have to receive your global vision of social innovation that you have in Europe, and we want to stand in the shoulder of giants. Thank you very much, and this is our data if you want to contact us.
Thank you very much. Very well done. Great pitch, great delivery. Now, first, what partnerships are you pursuing, and are you considering as well municipal governments, partnerships? How are you working that?
Yes, we are working with municipal institution. We name them here department or states institution. Same as national institutions. In Latin America, we have more institutions too that are civic, that are the churches, that are citizens institutions. So we have very dynamic partners here that they want to work with us. In July and August, we have many institutions in Open Cities working with us to make our platform better for them.
Question follow up. Tell us how you'll be able to adjust your solution to varied regulatory environments and stakeholders with different interests.
Yes, perfect. We are entering in Latin America in a fight with digital censorship. This is making progress with the citizens and new political parties that are from the citizens. We are seeing this stage and this growing in Argentina, in Paraguay, in Uruguay, in Chile. We have a very good vision for Latin America. We expect to end the dictatorships era of Latin America, the populist government. So we are making more opportunities, and we hope better that this is changing. It's not a hope only, but we have real data of this happening.
Indeed, the social impact is clear, but what is the positive environmental impact of your solution?
Yeah, in Latin America, we have not only this year, we have 5 years ago many fire incidents in Amazonia, in Bolivia, in Peru, in Ecuador, millions of square meters have been burned. We are making Open Cities clear and ready for volunteers, for firefighters, and for these institutions to attend these fire incidents that are really, really big. We are talking about millions of square meters burned to the ground.
And what is driving your team nowadays to wake up every day and solve this problem for cities across Latin America?
Oh man, Open Cities. I want to Open Cities to make us big, not only for the ambient, but for the woman. Open Cities is a tool too for violence, domestic violence. We want to make our platform to make ready for defend this girl, for defend this woman, and make an open up where the neighborhoods and communities we have to interact each other to make actions if this institution fails, where they can take action with the private sector too. So it's not anymore to rely on public entities, but for the citizens and the private sector too.
Thank you. I give the honor of the golden question to my colleague Sabina.
Thank you. So thank you very much for clear answers. Now, why start a bootcamp, and what do you want to achieve if you are selected for the program?
Okay, Europe has a very good example of social innovation. You are the really number one in this kind of category. We want to learn from you. You have the connection for making change, not only in Latin America, but not if a global scale. I think you will give us a major innovation in this kind of view, not only for our solution in Latin America, but for Asia, but for Europe, but for Africa, but I don't know, in a global scale. You are really, really great in this kind of view.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much also for warm words. And of course, thank you for being here. Really good luck to you in the selection room. And yeah, thank you for the pitch.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Goodbye.
And now we're going to say boa tarde because it's a very short trip. Well, by car very long, but by plane, I think it's about what, an hour and a half because we're going to Brazil with Aqualufa. Boa tarde, equipe. Good afternoon, team. Hello, Denison. How are you feeling?
Boa tarde. Pretty good, thanks. And you have a good accent. Are you Brazilian, by the way?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes, I am. But,
I feel at home, so
exactly. But when it's Brazilian startups, I'm not allowed in the room until they make it to the top 20 because I always say Brazilian startup. No, because I am sure you're going to bring the passion. You're going to bring a good presentation. So your presentation needs to be now on the screen. I don't see your shared screen yet, Denison.
I'm sharing right now.
I don't see it yet.
Okay.
Let's try again. Yes, we are starting to see. Yeah, perfect. Boa sorte, good luck. Aqualufa, 3 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Denson Salustiano from Aqualufa. Do you know that the Brazilian economy spends 65 trillion liters of water to keep its GDP? Yeah, we are one of the least efficient water consumers throughout the world. So this was the reality when we first presented our solution in the 27th Climate Conference in Egypt, and 2 years after in Azerbaijan, we still at the same position. So what to do together for implementation? Going to the specific market of metallic package, we can see that one produced metallic can contaminate 50 mLs of contaminated water in the wash operations. Considering that 500 billion plug cans are produced annually worldwide, and this market have a 3.5% of growth predicted annually until 2029, we have annually 25 billion liters of contaminated water being produced by this specific market. What to do? Aqualufa has the solution. Please let me introduce you Mr. Ronaldo. He's a family farmer from whom we buy our natural sponge, the Lufa cylindrica, and thus we contribute to promoting the SDG number 1. We modified the surface of this sponge with a specific chemical, and it becomes a trap for contaminant oil. So this is our benchtop scheme since our prototype plant is being patented. And once the water contaminated with oil flows through it, we get in the other side clean and uncontaminated, decontaminated water with less than 20% of the original oil content. In this case, we use petroleum, which is the most toxic kind of oily contaminant. So this way we contribute to promote the SDG number 6, which is the reason we are participating in the water infrastructure acceleration selection. And our business model is to treat the contaminated water, and when we use a specific case of the smallest plant that produce metallic can here in Brazil, we will produce 200 cubic meters of decontaminated water per day, and this will generate a revenue of 3,300 euros per day. So our prospective clients are the biggest producers of metallic packages operating in Brazil, which are Crown and Ball. And this is our pathway. We have granted 36,000 euros to develop our solution, and we've been accelerated by the Tech Acceleration Program, which is one of the most famous here, ran by the Technopuc. And our mission is to contribute to a regenerative industry, and that's why we want to be selected to participate in the Startup Bootcamp, because this team of missionaries that are formed by Dr. Michele Andrade and Dr. Sylvia Eggs, my co-founders and co-CTOs, Fabio Lima, who is our CFO, and Igor Sampaio, that cares about our marketing, and some interners who are testing the solution. And we are ready to join with you and generate positive impact together. Thank you so much. Hope to be selected and to work together to spread the solution throughout Brazil and all the world. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great pitch. I like as well. The slides were very clear. Now we are ready for questions for Aqua Lufa. Remembering that everybody that's watching from home, you can leave your questions on the box next to the player or right below it. But of course, they already know. Now, first question. Do you want to start?
Yes. So I think that's a good question to start with. What is the simplest way your solution makes someone's life better?
And we live here in the northeastern region in Brazil, which most part of the year we live in hydric stress, although we have one of the biggest rivers running through our region. So when it becomes more common, even though in metropolis like São Paulo, to spend part of the year in hydric stress, and our mission is to contribute to make water reusable for industries, because 50% of the potable water we produce nowadays is lost before it reaches the consumer. So we are contributing, doing our little contribution to the industry market, to the specific market, to make water reusable and to value this natural resource.
Hey, it's not a little contribution. Huh? Every startup counts. It's a big contribution because it can scale, it can grow. Here we go. Next
the
one.
The problem is so big.
Well, but tell us more about how your decontamination process compares to the competition.
Currently, all the metallic can market, they use a chemical, a flocculant, that attaches to the contaminant oil, and it becomes an organic particle that is being burned in the cement plants and generating a high carbon footprint for this industry. And it's not efficient. Part of the oil, it goes with the water, and sometimes they are kind of caught in some environmental crimes, because these waters sometimes reach the creeks and the rivers where these plants are installed.
Thank you. Another nice question that we always like: what is the secret sauce that gives you a sustainable competitive advantage?
It's a good question. Thank you. Yeah, all the materials we use, they are natural. We get a natural sponge, and that we can transform after the use in charcoal. The charcoal can be inactivated and used in filters for potable water. And the chemical that we use to modify the surface, it's a natural resource as well. We use a biopolymer to attach the sponge surface to this inorganic chemical, and all of it can be transformed into charcoal and be used as a filter or as a implement for the family farmers.
Another question. In one sentence, describe what Aqualufa does.
We use natural solution to value natural resource, making water reusable for industry plants.
Very good. Did you rehearse that before? That was good. That was good. Here we go. What is the one problem you solve better than anybody else?
This solution, it can degrade the oil once we use UV radiation. We are not working on it right now because we have first to be in the market and treating water and then try this new solution. And it's a pretty conservative market, and we cannot present like a magical solution, because the decision makers may not accept or believe. So our process, our product, it unites two solutions in one by trapping the oil and by degrading it with UV radiation and less toxic particles.
Clear, thank you. Now, talking more numbers, so what are the most significant cost drivers in your business model and how you can reduce them without compromising quality?
Is the transformation of the plants. As I said, it's a pretty conservative market, and the plants they have now, they use chemical flocculants, and they have to keep the water in a resident time to allow the reaction to happen. Our biggest challenge is to get into the plant, is modify the plant to show that it happens as we propose, and then step by step transform all the treatment process to our kind of process.
Amazing. And then as you started talking about the challenges, what else would you say are some of the challenges that you currently have, and how do you plan to overcome them?
Great. One of the biggest is to reach the decision makers. I've worked as a consultant for one of these clients, and we developed a solution to avoid the discard of some paint they used to paint the cans. And we proved scientifically that we could save 200 tons of paint annually, just doing some modifications in the production. And they didn't believe. Come on, how can you do it? I don't believe the quality of the cans. It may have something like that goes down, and we have to prove, like proof by proof, scientifically, making a lot of analysis to show the decision makers, to convince them that they would save money by changing, by innovating. And we think and we hope that the connection with the National Confederation of Industries, the industry union here in Brazil, and the blessings of the Startup Bootcamp, we make this connection a little easier to make and to convince them that's a good way to reuse water, to make the water reusable in their plants.
Tennyson, it's time for the golden question. Why do you want to get selected to the Startup Bootcamp Water and Infra program?
It will launch us to a new level of development. It will make connections easier to be made. It will be a class to show us in Europe, where the headquarters of our prospective clients are located. And I think being connected with the Startup Bootcamp will give a lot of opportunities to us to grow and to build a stronger solution for water reuse. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck in the next room, the selection room with our selection committee. Thank you for your passion, for being here today, for applying for the program, for being with us, and congratulations on a great mission that you're working to accomplish.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow. Valeu.
Yeah, valeu.
And now it's time for Joy, all the way from Nigeria. It's New Digit. Hello, Joy. How are you doing today? Joy, how are you? Joy, by the way, just flew in. I think she's at the airport right now. So we're trying to establish connection. Maybe we managed to do it. In case we do not, you already know where to find New Digit. Of course, some matching stars. They got a little video there. They got description, problem, solution. You can know a lot about the startup, every startup indeed, directly through matching stars. Oh, we were not able to establish connection with them. So I'm just going to read their one-liner that we have here. New Digit is a compact portable device that generates electricity, clean water, and medical-grade oxygen from household wastewater using regenerative PEM fuel cell technology. So new digit, a compact portable device that generates electricity, clean water, and medical-grade oxygen from household wastewater using regenerative PEM fuel cell technology. That was new digit. You can match with them on Matching Stars. I mean, you can vote for them on Matching Stars. And now, thank you so much for being with us here today. I mean, I am so excited to have had this opportunity, to have had this chance of selecting these startups together with you.
Absolutely. It was, of course, 3 days full of the energy, full of passion. It's always so interesting to see what is this personal story that drives the founders to do what they do. So, of course, it has been an inspiration. I do see that we might still get in the, no, we cannot. But again, on Matching Stars, you will find absolutely everything, which is all of the startups for all 3 days. By the way, you still have a chance to contribute to the selection, even for energy and climate, even for production and industry, if you do it right now, because already tomorrow, Thursday, 5 p.m. Central European time, we will be announcing the 30 teams out of 60 that have made it through. Of course, thank you so much for being here and for helping us all of these 3 days.
Indeed, we say at Startup Bootcamp that innovation will save the world. And that's thanks to you. That is thanks to startups, to mentors, to investors that add fuel to this beautiful rocket ship to a better future, to a future where we no longer talk about what we want to build, but we go out and we build it and we help those that are out there building it. Having a startup is an act of courage. So of course, we thank our founders for the trust they put on Startup Bootcamp, for signing the agreement with us. And tomorrow we're going to find out which are the top 10 per day selected. I invite you to sign up on startupbootcamp.org on our Luma page if you have received the invite already to join us tomorrow for the great announcement of which are the selected teams. We're going to select 30 startups and effectively change their lives, and by definition, change the lives of those they're changing the lives of. Thank you so much for your support, for your presence here today. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Sabina, for such a great work with the startups, for being the best co-host ever. To the Startup Bootcamp team, you guys are the absolute best, and it is an honor to work next to you every single day. I know how many nights we spent at this office making this event possible, talking to startups, bringing them here, preparing these days. Really, it is a true honor to be the MD for Startup Bootcamp Netherlands and have a chance to work with you every day. I'm really appreciative of that, and I never take it for granted. Thank you, everybody. This was Selection Days, Startup Bootcamp. Innovation will save the world. See you tomorrow.